Welcome to Ridge Life. I'm Tim, and today on Ramblings, this morning did not start off the way I thought it would. I was hoping to be over here on the ridge this morning, bright and early, starting on my sill plate and sill seal. Well, I thought actually I'd be working on termite treatment, not the termite shield. Hopefully you guys have saw today's video on Ridge Life of the termite shield. That video wore me out. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get on the road here because we got someplace we got to be. But yeah, today's video on Ridge Life wore me out. Working straight in the sun. Some of y'all said, "Hey Tim, why don't you get a little pop-up gazebo or something? You can move it around." And that's actually a really good idea. I think Meredith's got one of those in the party barn. And I just set up, move it around with me. I mean, I'm moving the camera every 2 minutes, 5 minutes anyway. Might as well be able to move a gazebo when I move around, right? But on this 40-foot by 40-foot foundation, I'm all over the place. So I would be moving it a lot. I mean, if you guys saw the, again, today's termite shield video, I was rolling out 40-foot sections of termite shield, flashing. And then I was having to do the 10 interior piers. And then I had to do the front porch pier. I was all over the place. And grinding and cutting and caulking, but got it done. Oh my gosh, got it done. And I was hoping today that I would be doing the termite treatment. I think I told you that today. I got to thinking I should, while I'm doing the termite shield, I might as well go ahead and do the full house termite treatment before I get all the floor joists in and they get in my way to digging the trenches. Because I'm gonna dig a trench 6-inch wide by 6-inch deep trench all the way around the foundation, inside and out, and every pier. You don't get that whenever you call Termite to come in. They stick that rod in the ground and say, "Oh, there's 4 gallons." Yeah, right. And they don't go under your house and do that. I mean, some of them may. I know when Grandma Carol had hers done, they didn't. But I did have the foundation footer treated. I had a company come out and they sprayed. I was there when they did it. They sprayed and they sprayed and they sprayed all the trenches for the concrete pour for the foundation footer. That is required by law code here in West Tennessee. I had to get a termite certificate, letter of treatment, and I could not do it myself. And man, there's something wrong. There's something fishy there. But I'm hoping that they don't require me to show termite treatment myself, not just the foundation treatment. But I got proof. I have a video when I do it, right? I also have the receipt from where I purchased the chemicals. So yeah, that video came out today. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I'm gonna try to pop these videos out. I'm not really working to make videos. I'm videoing the work. So sometimes I'll have 3 videos in 1 week. Sometimes I'll have 2 videos in 1 week. I hope to never go below 2 videos in 1 week because that means I'm not getting much work done. But sometimes the work takes days, and I don't split the videos up, for the same topic sometimes. Now, later on when I start building, and I got days and days of stuff, yeah, maybe I'll start doing that. But I'll try to make the content a little bit varied. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed that video today on Ridge Life. But now, yeah, I got up this morning. But anyway, the termite chemicals did not come in. They won't be in until tomorrow. And I knew that. I don't know why. I thought I was off by a day. So I planned on getting over here to the ridge, back there, and start taking my measurements, making sure everything's square for the sill plate, and getting the mud sill down. Breaking apart the first bundle of Honest Abe Log Home materials, seeing if there's any termite damage and water damage, mold, mildew, that kind of thing. But no, did not do that because I spent all morning working on the pool at the farm. I was over there the other day and I didn't hear the pool pump running. And I went out there and a hose had popped off the pump. And yes, I did just replace that pump not too long ago. Did I not tighten it down tight enough? See, with those PVC fittings, you don't want to, and it was the hose and the hose clamp. You don't want to tighten too tight because you'll crack them suckers, especially if they're chlorine embrittled. But I thought I had it down. I thought I had it tight enough, but it was one of the ones that I just messed with a few months ago. It wasn't like weeks, it was months ago. And so I changed that pump out not too long ago, and I put a brand new hose. It had a brand new hose on it, and it popped off. And of course, the level of the pool went down below the drain by the skimmer. And when that happened, then the pump started to cavitate, and eventually it tripped, on thermal overload. So, which is a good protection. Otherwise, you can burn your pump up. You don't want to run your pump dry like that all for very long. Excuse me. I got all that back together. And again, this wasn't today. This was the other day. I got all that back together and commenced to fill in the pool up. And it took a while to fill the pool back up to the regular level from below the skimmer. So we got that filled up, and then I went out there and tested everything. And one of the old hoses from it's from the filter to the chlorine injector, the chlorinator. The filter to the chlorinator, it was an old hose. It had 2 pinhole leaks in it, and I was squeezing it, and it was real soft, which means it could break at any time. And I've had that happen before. These hoses get, again, chlorine embrittled, and they also get mushy. It's kind of weird. The hard plastic gets brittle, and the soft plastic gets mushy. But it definitely degrades it. And the sun does too, I saw those pinhole leaks, and I said, man, I got to fix this. So I had bought, whenever I replaced the pump and with that one hose, I had bought an extra hose. It was a 3-foot hose. And this hose that had the leak was a 6-foot hose. And the 3-foot hose was just not going to be, I had an extra 3-foot hose, was just not going to be the right length. So I was checked the tightness of all the other hose clamps, and some of them were actually loose, and some of the ones I hadn't touched, and I touched in a while. And so the hose from the skimmer to the pump was a 6-foot hose, but really could have been a 3-foot hose. So I have a bunch of these plugs. They're like black rubber. They're conical shaped, and they have a little wing nut on the top, and you loosen it up, stick it in the hole, and then you tighten the wing nut, and it expands the plug out and keeps the water from going everywhere. So I plugged all the holes for the suction, return, and all that stuff. And I took off the skimmer hose that goes from the skimmer to the pump, and I swapped it with the one going from the pump to the chlorinator. And that one I threw away because it was bad. And then got the hose clamps on it. Then I put the 3-foot hose on the skimmer to the pump. And then I, of course, actually, the one that it came off before, I just put the hose clamp back on. That hose clamp wasn't in very good condition, so I replaced the hose clamp on that one. I put 2 hose clamps on it, and on the one that had popped off, just hadn't really good tight fit. And I guess I don't know. So anyway, got all the hoses changed out, tightened all the fittings, backwashed, turned it on, backwashed, rinsed, and then put it on. Then I verified it didn't have any leaks. Let it run for a few minutes. I didn't see any new leaks. Turned it back off. Then I added 3-inch chlorine pucks, little discs, to the automatic chlorinator. That thing holds a lot. It holds a lot, like 10 pounds. Not 10 pounds. I don't know how many does it hold. It holds a bunch. I forgot how many it holds. Bunches of them. Anyway, filled that back up with chlorine, got the cap back on, got the system going again, verified no leaks. I shocked the pool with granules. I put some algicide in there. I put some pH plus in there. Let's see, is that all I put in there? That's all I put in there. Yeah, and I made sure and then we'll have to test it again later and make sure it got to the shock value, and that everything stabilizes. So, spent all morning working on the pool. That's not what I'd planned on doing, but they own, when you're married and you got 2 households, you got to work on things in both places. So it is slowing things down a little bit, but I wouldn't trade it for the world, because went home last night to Meredith. Went home to Meredith. That kind of sounds funny, doesn't it? Went home to the farm and did not do live. I didn't get there till almost 7 o'clock. Almost 7 o'clock last night Meredith was already in bed. She was already, well, almost in bed. No, she was in bed. She was already laying down in bed. I got cleaned up. I took a shower actually before I got over there. Because I was nasty. I mean, you saw that red shirt. I was nasty. Anyway, I took a shower before I got over there. Got over there at 7. Crawled up in bed with her, and we watched the new season of Silo, the first episode. If y'all been watching Silo, I like that show. I love those post-apocalyptic shows. This one's really good. Silo. It's on Apple TV, I believe. But check it out. Silo. S-I-O. Like living in a grain silo, but it's like a missile silo, but it's like a fallout silo. Pretty cool show. But, yeah. Went to bed early last night. We went to bed early. And then got up early this morning, like 6:30 or 7. And for some of you, that's not early. For Meredith, not early. She was already gone way before I got up. I did say bye to her when she left. I went back to sleep, got back up about 6:37. And anyway, took care of all the animals. The animals were they're drinking so much water right now. They got 5 water troughs, 1 giant one and 4 smaller ones. And I forgot how many gallons they are. They're huge. And the big giant one has a hole in it. Don't ask me how it has a hole in it. Meredith had to tell you that story. So we got a tarp in that one to keep the water in it, and it doesn't hold very long. Because otherwise, that one would keep water for a while. And the smaller ones, again, they're huge. They're at least 30 gallons. They're at least 30 gallons. There's 4 of those, and there's one it's probably 200 gallons. 150 gallons. So the small ones are probably, man, I don't know. They're 5 times 5, 25. I have to go tractor supply and look. But they're pretty big. Anyway, they were bone dry. Those animals just drinking like crazy in this heat. And I don't blame them. It's hot. I've been drinking like crazy too. That's why I got a water right here as well. I know I stopped off at McDonald's and got lunch today because I was in a hurry. Isn't that how it works? Shouldn't be eating fast food, but when you're in a hurry, you do what you gotta do. But so anyway, I filled up all the animals' water and everything. Hudson's gonna feed when he gets home today. Checked the bunnies and everything. They had water. I collected all of my stuff from the barn over there too. I had to get my air compressor, my framing nailer, my sawhorses, my hoses for the compressor, because I'm gonna start nailing floor joists up, right? I'll be using my palm nailer for the joist hangers and everything for the joists, but for the rim joist, I'll be using my Metabo pneumatic framing nailer, 3-inch nails facing facing all the rim joist to the joists, and toe nailing those into the sill plate, and everything else I'll be using just a hammer and a palm nailer. I got some really nice hammers too. I inherited them from my stepdad. He was a dock maker. He was a fencing and a dock maker down in Florida, and he's passed away. My kids actually Gavin called him the mayor, because there was a picture on the mantle of him in a suit, and Gavin said, "Is that the mayor?" No, that was Grandpa Royce. But anyway, I've inherited some really nice hammers from him. So I have a hammer, palm nailer, and of course my Metabo framing nail. What's the speed limit here? I think I'm good. Yeah, but I'll be starting. So I grabbed all that, put that in the truck, and the sawhorses and everything. Got it all unloaded at the ridge, and then Grandma Carol said that the mower broke down again. And that Hustler mower. I mean, I know it's old, and I tried to keep it going, and some of y'all said, "Just get a new mower. Just get a new mower." We got that new bad boy. I do like it. Of course, I got it back from the shop too. I mean, it seems like all mowers do is stay in the shops, right? But it broke down again, and it's like, oh, hoping the bracket didn't break. No, it wasn't a bracket. But the transaxle drive belt did come off again, and the belt looked like it got a little damage from all the times it come off. And I replaced that, I thought, not too long ago, but Grandma Carol, her records didn't really indicate when I replaced it. It indicated when I replaced the oil in the filter and the serpentine belt for the blades, but not the transaxle. But I know I replaced it because there was a used one. Anyway. It looks like it's in pretty bad shape. So Grandma Carol's picking another one of those up. I got it back on and got the mower going again. But I'll probably end up having to replace that belt for her here again pretty soon. I did notice that whenever the left transaxle dropped, the plastic fan blade that's on the transaxle was hitting a bracket, which caused the fan blades to bend up a little bit. And I'm wondering if those fan blades being bent up a little bit are hitting the belt, causing the belt to occasionally jump off the pulley. Because the spring, it doesn't really have great spring tension. So maybe it does need a new belt. So we'll find out there. Always something to do. Always something to do. So I got that back on, came back up, changed back into clean clothes again, and cleaned up. And now I'm on the way to go visit a family member in the hospital. Visitation is here in just a little bit, so go visit them, and then I'm going back to Meredith tonight. She got a project for me, and then I'll be going back to the Ridge tomorrow. Whew. Busy, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed today's update video. If you did, give it a big old thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. Always 100% free. Hit that notification bell right down there to be notified anytime a new video comes out. Matter of fact, if you got a hype on a mobile device, hit that too. And until next time, hope everyone has a blessed day. Keep rambling. Go Ridge Life. Woo!